Alright, hi everyone, Soulstorm17, let me first like usual. I do not own this picture, not pay video. I just decided to make this the thumbnail. I didn't need to put like nothing else, or making a thumbnail maker. It's just I had the perfect picture for it. Anyways, it's 11:37, still New Year's Day, and I wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone. Sorry I did not make a video for the last couple of days, it's just I kept on getting distracted and bored and such, and it's just been one of those times where it just keeps getting longer and longer. uh, but yeah. So, I'm basically making this video now, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. So, I came up with an idea for another deck of What If. If no one knows what FLCL, it's an anime that came out in the 2000s. And it has not been another one made, I think, in 2018. It's called Fooly Cooly, basically. If you guys know if anyone knows what it is, great. I'm thinking about making a What If, where it is just a combination between them. But it has been many years since the last Fooly Cooly season. A lot of stuff has changed and such, but yeah. Okay, let me just get into this one. So, in this What If, it's an isekai, and I thought it'd be interesting, basically, to have myself in it, because I basically want to be put in this, I guess, or I just want to see what I can basically come up with. So, I'm basically gonna use all my knowledge I've gained from certain things, basically video game, manga, anime, everything I know is going to be what I can get. So, God of War, Kratos. Basically, skills, abilities, slightly, everything's gonna be tweaked. Not to be overpowered, but not to be too weak. But, you know, that was just one example. Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, maybe Sly Cooper, Ghost Rider, Gilgamesh, Hulk, all that. And none of these names I'm gonna own or the powers of. They basically are from what they, came from. So Hulk, any character like Ghost Rider or Hulk, Marvel. Spyro from their own game company, Crash, his own game company, Naughty Dog. Basically, I don't own none of it. Alright, I just want to get that out of the way. So, basically, yeah, it's over. Ein's outgoing, Mamonka. He's overpowered. So, yeah. I'm also going to have to write down some stuff. I'm probably not going to be covering up anything until probably my own sort of thing, along with then probably where Ainz is going to be going as the adventurer Mamonga and Nave, or basically Narbrol Gamma, basically Nave, I think that's how it said it, or Nabre, whatever. Probably going to go up to that point. And I'm going to be covering all the seasons 1 through 4, and I'm going to be making Springtrap, or, well, basically Web Deku. It's just the Afton. Deku is an Afton, well, wasn't a part of the Aftons, bloodline, and he became Springtrap, Glitch Trap, himself. So, yeah. I just want to say I wanted to make this, but I kept on putting it off, so I'll be making the other one tomorrow. But enough of this, let's just get into it. I don't own the picture, not pay a video, and this is basically part 1 of What If I Was Isekai into Overlord. So, let's get into it now. We start off, it's where I'm just looking at the sky at night, just sighing and be like, man, another year went by and not much happened. What a bust. Kind of bored though. I mean, I don't really go out anywhere. I don't really do much. I just wish I could just do a lot more. But, yeah, I really can't do nothing because I have no sidewalks and I don't have no bike. I mean, I do have one, but the tires are flat. I just wish everything could be like an anime at least. Have a little more excitement. I mean, at least the good type of anime where you can actually go on an adventure and have fun. I mean, that would be fun. One of the places I would love to go to is Overlord. I mean, of course there's death a lot in it, but the story and to see things, happen, maybe even actually prevented something could be a little bit more interesting. Too bad. It would be amazing if I could be isekai there. As, well, I hear then from the screen door that is open. By screen door open I mean just like the screen's there and the door, the sliding door basically where the glass is, having it pushed to the side where you basically go look and see the screen and hear everything out. Basically I just hear on the news saying there's a weird phenomenon that's been happening. Basically, something's going on. No one knows what's happening. People here saying that there's a strange light, and we lose all communication with them. Basically, as one of the people say, "We have to go. We have to." As even the guy who's on the guy and girl basically who's on the news station, they say looking at it like what? As they disappear. I hear that. I go to the sliding screen door, open it. Then close it after I get it. He goes, "Hey mom, what's wrong?" She goes, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's someone's saying about this weird light that's happening." And he goes like, "Huh? It's only been an hour since." I know, but I don't know what to do. I mean, as all of a sudden we're seeing the light coming, being bright, coming towards us. Every time I'm trying to block it out, and we're like, "What the? This is. Oh, crap. Did I just jinx myself? Or something?" As all of a sudden, basically, after the lights basically come into the house, I basically seen, like, everything just fading. And I'm like, what? Are we actually... Before I can even think anymore, gone. Nothing. It was like everything was erased. But then all of a sudden, a few minutes pass. There's nothing. There's no thought. There's no sound. It's silence. Until I open up my eyes. And I see basically this crystal-like area. And there's a throne. And I'm like, wait. Haven't I seen this place before? Huh. I wonder. As then I hear basically a little giggle. As I'm like, huh? As I look back at the throne. And basically, someone appears. She goes, "Sorry, it's quite amusing that you already know about this place. For I'm basically immortal like such as yourself. But it seems I did find someone suitable for me." I'm like, huh? Suitable for you? Oh, just my little issue I have. I'm like, okay. Basically, my brain starts processing and she's just waiting. I'm like, wait, you're that goddess from the anime where best assassin reincarnated as a aristocrat? No, finest assassin. Yeah, the finest assassin was reincarnated as an aristocrat. She goes, "Yes, I'm surprised you know it." Well, no of me, but it seems there was an anime basically where that actually happened. I wonder. And I'm like, yeah, so, I'm dead. Yes, you did, but I saved you. It did take quite a bit of effort on my part. I'm like, yeah, so, reincarnation. She goes, yes and no. It's like, huh? Okay. What do you mean by yes and no? Well, you are going to be sort of reincarnated, but you're more of an isekai, as you would say. She basically puts her finger on her chin. She's thinking, well, like, yes, isekai. I'm like, so, uh, why do you need me then, goddess? As basically I have my, hand basically out, while my other hand's basically at my side. She just kind of giggles. Basically, what she looks like is white hair and violet eyes, and basically wearing like a pink and white dress. And she goes, well, I basically foreseen something happening in a world that I basically watch over. It's about a good handful of worlds I watch over, about 10. One of them is basically where the assassin I sent a couple thousand years ago, well, 1,000 for me, hundreds for him, to the world, and he basically succeeded where everything I needed for him to do. With no direction, no help, it's just me just watching, basically waiting for him to defeat the hero. And like, yeah, that's great. Didn't finish the anime though, so don't know if he did or not. She basically just chuckles again and goes like, quite amusing. Now, I basically searched for someone from multiple dimensions that I basically watch over for one specific person to, well, save this world, in a way. And like, because whatever it is as a danger basically is overpowered, basically to wreck the balance, and you need somebody there to basically keep the balance or be a threat to that person or a group of people, blah 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 blah. I get it. She goes, oh, you're quite rude. He's like, and I'm like, to be fair, it's all the cliche thing of a story, just, and also, I kind of read up on you just about it. I mean, you don't have to act all proper. No, basically, God or goddess or person is always so perfect. And then she just starts laughing about that. She goes, oh, that is true. I think I can stop acting for a bit. So, yes, to not be around the bush no more, I need you. To basically go and basically stop this being. I'm not going to say what world I'm sending you to or what being, but you'll know. Because you'll be right there in that world. In their basically home base. And I'm like, home base? Okay. And it's been 3 days after they've been there. Basically, I'm just thinking of every anime I've watched and I don't know right away. So it's kind of flying over my head. I'm like, I'll figure it out later. So I'm like, okay. Anything else I need to know, goddess? She goes, I do have a name. He was like, yeah, don't care at the moment. She goes, rude. I'm like, don't care. She just sighs. Basically, she thinks in her head, well, he is the right choice. He won't care about basically the laws of the world, but the other gods may interfere because he will become too powerful for what I'm about to do. Alright, fine. I'm basically going to give you a set of powers, you can say. Skills. No. Not basically the same as I did for the assassin. These powers are more, well, permanent for you. You see... Excuse me, sorry. He goes, you see, I will give you 2 magical items. This is all I can give you. For these will be your, how should I say, your equipment, your help, your map, your, basically, like a video game. He goes, instead of me having a pop-up menu where I could basically select equipment, stats, skills, basically upgrades, it's all just going to be in those items. 2. Here. As basically all of a sudden 2 rings appear in her hand, and basically she throws it to me as I catch them. I'm like, inhibitor rings. I basically say it out loud. She goes, no. Each ring, basically, the ring you'll put on your right wrist will be one to upgrade that is permanent. What I mean by is, it will upgrade anything. There's no other features to it. But there will be a pop-up screen to see which upgrade you'll want. And basically you can modify it to any way you want to. but you just have to think it, and it'll basically appear for you. And it's everything you know. Basically, I'm like looking at it like, everything I know? Do you know how much overpowered crap I know? Like, I am gonna become a freaking demigod soon. She goes, oh, yes, you will. But you are versus someone way more powerful in his own right. And he does have world items. Basically, it's just me thinking. The world items is slowly processing. And I'm like, because if you really think about it, you realize you die and you're basically going to be sent to a new world. And then she goes, and I am basically going to give you another handicap. Well, not really a handicap, I misspoke. More of advantage. As she basically comes off her throne, walking down to me. Basically, as it doesn't disappear. But when I realize she's like to my chest, middle of my chest, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how short you are. She was like, rude. I'm like, sorry. I just said it out loud without thinking. She goes, oh, yes, you do that sometimes. But does not matter. She goes, here. And then all of a sudden, she basically pokes my chest with with two of her fingers, and then all of a sudden markings start appearing on my body, all around me, and then they stop, and I'm like, what the? What are these markings? Or what were they? She goes, oh, just markings to help you improve your body. He was like, huh? Yes. It basically will strengthen your body physically, and it will basically also would tear your muscles, heal them, break your bones, make them stronger, better than a human will ever have. You're not going to basically die. Besides, this world I had many followers worshiping me. It's quite nice, but they all died out. And I'm like, sorry to hear that. She does stay silent for a few minutes. She goes, it's alright. She goes back up to her throne. She goes, well, I must tell you right away, I have a lot more power than you think. The anime did not show it, nor did the manga. So be warned. You never know what could happen. But also, the other gods may try to be in play. He goes like, wait, other gods? She basically nods. She goes like, the power you will hold could be a threat to them. I can only do so much. But you have to fight off different creatures so they bring them over from other worlds. Probably the worlds that you know of. From your games, manga, anime, basically. Comics, movies, TV shows. You never know. I'll be careful if I were you. And good luck. Have fun. In your new life. Oh. The world you're going to is known as then I basically click as a portal open like, oh, you son of a, you're sending me to Overlord. If I'm going, and then I just get sent flying. I'm like, curse you, useless goddess. And then boom, boom, it's like the portal closed. She goes, I'm not Aqua. And then basically we go to where Aqua is suddenly sneezed. She's like, who made fun of me? Yeah, that's gonna be the running joke. I'm gonna call this goddess useless. Because I'm gonna be pissed. It's an insult. So yeah. So basically, I'm getting sent into it. I'm still holding it Marines. I'm like, okay, now I know how Spider-Man from the Ultimate series feels when he said it feels like a roller coaster going through that interdimensional portal. Oh god, I am getting hurled. And then all of a sudden, I want to say after a few minutes of that, I blank out. If you really think about going through a portal into another world, ugh, gross. I mean, kind of gross if basically you feel like you're gonna throw up and then get knocked out too. So let's just say this: I start hearing something and sound of water, as in I hear chirping. I'm like, okay. Who got the number of that taxi portal service? Wait, it didn't even happen. Okay, let's get up. As I get up slowly, and I look around, I'm like, okay, I'm on one of the floors. Nazareth, probably. Ruins, yep, Nazareth. Meanwhile, I don't realize I'm being watched. basically, there's three people: Albedo and Shoutir. And I would say Aurora. I want to double check. Yeah, okay, so Aurora, basically, is female. Mar is the male. So yeah, Aurora basically there. They basically just seeing me getting up. They don't know how I got there. Just basically, so they basically sensed something was off and came. They said now they're seeing me getting up. Basically, Abel was like, "How did a filthy human get onto this floor, or how did it even get even here?" Basically, Shotira goes, "I don't know." Aurora's like, "Should we just kill him?" Basically, Abel goes like, "No, get Lord Ainz. Well, not Lord Ainz. Get Lord Momonga." And basically, Aurora's like, "What are you two gonna do?" Basically, Shotira goes like, "Easy. Watch him." Making sure he doesn't do nothing stupid like normal humans would. Basically, Aurora just nods and basically leaves. Well, technically leaves. So, because she's gonna use a message and call him right away. So basically, I'm like, okay. Because, go back over to me. As I'm up now, I'm like, okay. Where are those reins? Where are the reins? As basically I look, and I don't see them, I take a step forward as I feel my foot touching on my left one. I basically take a step back, I'm like, there they are. So when I go to reach them, all of a sudden, the markings that appeared on me beforehand start to activate, and it feels like I'm burning from the inside out. My muscles are basically being torn, my bones are being broken. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through excruciating pain. Basically. I'm screaming out in pain and agony, which Shoutir and Abel don't even know what's going on. They just see these weird markings appeared, and I just start screaming. About 2 to 4 minutes pass, as basically the markings disappear, and I stop. I'm on the ground in pain, and it hurts. I'm like, oh, she did warn me about them. I felt like they were gonna be torn, and my bones were gonna be broken and healed. She wasn't lying, though. Okay, take it slow. As I literally grabbed the reins, though, pulled him to me, as I'm slowly, basically moving, getting up. As I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to move right. Hopefully, the pain will go away as soon as then the second time basically the markings glow. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, not a. But then this time they glow green, and then it's a heal basically happening. And I'm like, I feel like my body's rejuvenated and basically calm now, basically no more pain. So I'm like thinking to myself, huh, guess she ain't that useless after all. So I'm getting up now, I'm feeling better. But what I check is basically I look at my arms and I notice there's a lot more, well, basically, it feels like my arms are a lot more tight when I'm moving it, and I have like a better like grip strength. And I just tell I'm a lot more different. Heck, even when I realize my clothes are different, I'm like, Middle Ages figures as much. Wait, black, no, blue, white shirt, cloth, basically thin cloth, black, and I guess these are what you call boots or something, probably shoes. Tannish. No, probably boots. Yeah, they had it here. Okay, let's just put on these rings. And basically, when I put it on the left one, on my left wrist, all of a sudden it tightens to it. Then my right wrist, the second ring tightens. And when I basically just look at the left one, I'm kind of seeing these weird symbols on it. I see one for map, one for a bag, which I'm thinking inventory. As then all of a sudden it pops up in inventory. And I'm like, okay, unlimited. Well, that's helpful. Even I can categorized it. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, imported items, junk items, resources, money. Wait, I don't see no money area. Crap. Hopefully this thing actually has a wall of them for me. Okay, what else? Monster parts. Yeah, basically anything I can skin to should be in the monster parts. Herbs, food. As basically it's just like right away. It's like all of a sudden I'm just thinking of it, they're basically splitting it off. I'm like, that should be okay then. Then I basically look at, turn my wrist around, and then there's a wallet symbol. And I'm like, huh. And it says I only have like, wait, huh? Do I even have money? Okay, that's weird. A little bit of cash is already in there. He says I have basically 1,000. Probably gold, copper, silver, maybe. Platinum would be too easy. So, yeah. Is there anything else here? Huh. Gear switch? Automatically basically can switch my wait, how do I even know this right out? As I basically touched the little icon, as basically there's like already a panel showing that says gear switch. Allows you to switch out basically certain gear that will basically better suit you, or even basically just a halter items basically of gear there that you don't want. Or basically even to keep certain gear even storage. Hence gear switch. I'm like, I have a feeling there's a lot more to this than that. Just a whole bunch of more. But there's more range space on it. With this upgrade as it goes. Is I just look at the basically upgrade range. I don't see no marking. So I'm basically like, upgrade range? And then all of a sudden appears a skill tree. And I mean a vast amount of skill tree. Like Assassin's Creed type of skill tree, but way bigger. I'm like, okay, categorize it. Please. Everything categorized in different sections. From normal body, basically human body, to whatever I know. That's basically the most powerful. In which all of a sudden I just see right in front of me now, human physical capabilities. And I look at basically, just a few minutes of the skill list, and I'm like, huh, seems the final thing is strength of demigod, sonic super speed, that's how human can go to, and reflex, that's good stuff, skills is added here. Not dexterity, but agility, durability, that can come in handy. Wait, how have I even been able to use any of these? I know right away. I hear like a little ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what? As then I just hear, oh, I forgot to tell you how you were going to upgrade your basically self. As I'm thinking, why? So I'm like, wait. As then I just think, goddess? She goes, yes. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. He's like, I thought I was going to have to fight monsters. I didn't see no status or anything. She goes, well, yours is quite simple. The more upgrades you have, the stronger you are. Those are your levels. You're at level 1. So you have only 0 upgrades. 0 skills. But still, you are quite strong. After what I did to you. I'm like, okay. So how do I get these upgrades? Oh, easy. Points. He was like, so XP. No. E-points. He goes, E-points? Entertainment points. What? The more you entertain me, the more points you'll get. It's simple as that. And I've been looking into what you've done, and to be quite frank, a lot of the stuff I've seen from you has been, well, kind of a drama for me. It's kind of already entertaining enough. I'm like, thanks for watching how my life is so boring. And it amuses you. He basically just kind of chuckles at that and says, not what I meant. By the way, you should be worried about your arrival visitors. As I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, God, no, please, no. As I turn around, I see Albedo, I see Shoutir, I see Aurora. And I see, basically, Demir. Demigras. Yeah, wait, Demir, yeah. Basically, I just, like I said, Demir, basically, I'm like, oh, come on! Basically, I'm gonna try my best to try to make, Iron's impression, but not really change my voice, just speaking like him. He was, because I just see, you know, basically, my mom got, and I'm literally, before he even can say even a word, I'm like, you, why? Why did you have to put me here, right in the freaking, why they can, oh, I hate you, you fucking goddess. I am going to die. You want me to be here in this world for God knows reason why, and you had to put me, I know you said you're gonna say it right at their base, but not in it! Like, come on! As I'm literally ranting back and forth, like, pacing, which my manga says, shout to you. Is he well? She goes, no, my lord, I don't know for sure, but he is a normal human. As then I'm literally just says, okay. Calm down. You'll be fine. He'll be fine. As Demir is just thinking, is this human? Like, even think he can actually survive this? As I keep hearing like these little dinging points, I'm like, she's amused by this. She's entertained. Well, I only know one way how to get out of this. Wait. Basically, I say, Goddess, can I basically already just think of what upgrades I want and how many of it? She goes, and then it basically will automatically, unlock for you? Yes. It has to be, though, in the specific, order. Okay, so each order basically is, she goes, yes, yes. And some of the skills or powers that have been too powerful, I had to tweak it down a bit to become less powerful. But a lot of them I couldn't. So they'll be costing a lot more, probably millions or thousands. But knowing you and what you're going to do, it's going to be quite entertaining to watch. Like, yeah, because the world is a stage, and a stage is a world of entertainment. She goes, okay, quiet, Alistair. I'm like, yeah. So, I'm just kind of taking deep breaths in. I'm like, sorry about that. He goes, oh, that's quite alright. Seems you're going through a stressful time. I was like, yeah, you could say that much. She goes, well, who are you? How did you get into my home? And why are you not freaking out over me? And I'm like, oh, please. I suddenly just calm down, like, all of a sudden. I don't even care. Moments, like, mood swing. It's like, but still, calm down enough. So it's like, I'm thinking in my head, okay, gotta make a lot of freak entertainment to get a lot of points. Because I already have an idea how to get out of here. So, but yeah, so I'm like, why should I be freaking out over you, of all people? Which, basically, Alberto's like, how dare you insult? And he goes like, can it, succubus. You really, aren't doing your job well at that, though. She's like, ah. Basically, I'm kind of just grinning at that. And basically, I'm like, anyways, though, to answer your question, who I am, I have no name. Basically, I'm thinking to myself, not gonna tell them my real name. Heck no. Probably should make a fake name. And, well, tell you how I got here, let's just say it wasn't free will. So, unexpected arrival. Sorry about that. If I could just leave, I'll get out of her hands and, you know, pretend this never happened. Eh? He basically then, Momonko says, I'm sorry, I cannot. I'll have to basically keep you in the holding cell and to get information from you. I hope you do understand. And I'm like, I literally just kind of get mad a little bit. Like, okay, wannabe Overlord. Where she's like, quit acting like it because I already know what the heck you are. And I already know what happened to you. Which, wait, is he a player from Idrisil? No, he can't be. But if he is, I have to. As then I'm like, seriously, the whole entire thing of you right now is just, Listen, I thought you could be a little bit nice and let me go free since I appeared out of nowhere, but it's clearly not gonna happen. So look, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be rude to you, but hey, take your skeleton body, or, well, you don't even have what I would say, but take your bones, skeleton bones, body, and shove off, because I'm gonna leave here. As, basically, Mamonka thinks to himself, without saying that, he's like, American. He's American. Probably from Idrisil. I must find out. I need to get information. As I basically have Beto and Shoutir basically about to, come at me and try to kill me. As basically, say, how dare you talk to Lord Hines by, you insolent, well, not Lord Hines, Lord Momongo, you insolent fool. Basically, they're about to run at me. I'm like, oh, wait, before you guys try to kill me, or, well, going to kill me, let me tell you something, both of you. Especially you, Alberto. Since you want to have a kid. And I think to myself, yeah, which is kind of I mean, not the best mom in the world, but Which, she's like, speak now before I kill you insolent swine. Which, basically, even Demigros basically kind of curious, because he was about to use his binding magic to prevent me from moving and such. Even Shoutir, she was like, saying, I do not care what you have to say. I'm like, it's about about basically Lord Momonga. Basically, she's like, okay, tell me. And how do you even know, basically? He's like, you guys said his name, but I kind of know a few things already. I mean, I know who you are, Albedo, leader of the Guardians of the Floors, Shoutir, Bloodfall, Demir, or Demigra, and Aura. Basically, I kind of forget your basically creators' names. I'm sorry about that, but I have a bad memory. I don't remember basically people that are, well, easier for me to remember. And I can only remember, like, the one person called Lord Touch Me, as you call him. Seriously, who names himself that as a character? Basically, they're all thinking, how do they know our names? How does he know our names? Even basically, Momonga's thinking, how does he even know? He can't. Was he a player? No. They would have, but they're all monsters. But maybe he is a. If he knows them, I have too many questions. I need him. Which I'm like, but anyways, I just want to say this: how is him, as I'm pointing to Ainz or Momonga at the time, is going to give you two, or just you in general, a child when he doesn't have what's important? Which, basically, they both look at each other and look at me, and, well, Momonga is basically is like mouth open. Basically, even Demir is just like trying to figure this out. Even Aurora. And basically, I'm like, come on, he's bones. He has no flesh, no muscle, no blood. Which then Demir is just like, oh, this is gonna be quite troubling. As basically Shoutir and Albedo looking at him like, what do you? And I was like, okay, thank you, Demir, for actually figuring it out. At least, basically, there's one smart person here at the moment. Which, he's like, yes, I can see what you mean. And thank you for the compliments. But they are basically not needed. He's like, well, can you at least do me the favor and explain to them why it's going to be impossible for them to even have a child with him? Because I'm not going to say it. Especially in front of, as I point to her. Which, she basically, how do you, like, please, just cross-dressing. Your career make you dress up as a man, while basically your brother's dressing up as a girl. Classic trope. Which, basically, Aura tells her head, basically, meanwhile, I keep hearing laughter, as I'm like, basically because I'm looking at Beto and Shoutir, they're basically slowly are getting told and explained as their eyes widen as they basically see a gloomy aura. As I'm like, now! As I literally have just nothing to. They don't see it, but I see basically. I'm thinking human capabilities. Well, basically human upgrades mostly. As I literally see I literally just see all the points are right there. As I'm like, okay, upgrade everything, and basically in human capabilities. Basically, I kind of look, and I literally had enough points. But the thing is, I'm looking at the points. I'm in the thousands range already, and that was like only up to not even basically the hundreds. And I'm like, okay, now Sonic the Hedgehog, which basically it just scrolls all the way to it. I'm like, give me everything I can afford in here, please, as quickly as you can. As basically all of a sudden all the upgrades are happening, as I feel a lot more surge of power going through me. As basically I didn't to see, confirm. Yes, as basically boom, power coursing through me more now. Faster. I feel stronger. I feel more agile. I feel more durable. I feel like I can take a hit. And then when I see basically a better Shoutier now, I mean, even look at the points as it's still rising faster. As I'm like, what the heck? As then I look over though, it's like I see Shoutier, kind of just shocked, standing all Betos on the ground, be like, Lord Momonga can't give me a child. As I'm like, as I'm basically, I'm just thinking to myself, I mean, I thought that was kind of obvious. He is undead, and he is a skeleton. So how would that even be possible unless, basically, he was Shoutier and Albedo? I thought you would have understood that already. My apologies for not telling you late. No, Lord Momonga, it's alright, both of them saying. As I'm like kind of backing away a bit. And I'm basically like, okay. I can get this. And then all of a sudden I hit the twig. As they say, look, I basically have Beto Shelter looking over at me. And I'm like, in my head, crap! And they say, Albedo say, you're going to, I'm like, hey, I love to stick around and chat with all of you lovely people, but, I gotta run. See ya! As I basically just start running off. And I'm leaving basically, I'm not even gonna even slow down, just try to get around and start. No, I'm just running. And it's like, a blue streak is being there. As, basically, they're like, huh? Basically, Abel was like, I thought he was just human. Shaltir's like, he smells like one, but how is he? As basically, Demir's just like, huh. I need to study him. Then basically they kind of look at, Aura is like, Lord Momonga, where are we? As then, Momonga says, tell everyone in Nazareth, basically security level to the max. We will not let him escape. Do not harm him or kill him. Is that understood, basically? As they just said, yes, our lord. And yeah, I'm basically, running. As I'm kind of getting like a mental map of everything. Like, huh? As for some reason, every step I'm taking, it seems like it's in with my every step I'm taking, the shockwaves or vibrations are making a mental map for me. As I look over into the map, and I basically see it. It's like a 3D model. I'm like, wait, so I'm here as I'm seeing basically moving. I'm like, and I have to go. This is gonna be too easy. I basically it came out as a hologram, so basically it just goes away as I'm literally just running right through it. I want to say this. I basically get somehow, in some way, to basically a passageway that basically leads me to a different area of the, basically, Nazareth, as it's right in front of the Armory. I'm like, huh? Must have been teleportation magic. But, since I'm here, why not? At least I open up the Armory and I see weapons and armor and such. I'm like, okay, eeny, meeny, miny. As I see daggers, and I'm like, I do probably have Sun Jin Woo, solo leveling. As basically I see it, and Shadow Monarch, great. I could be a Necromancer, basically a Shadow Necromancer. Pretty nice. I don't think I'll save that for later. Wait, then that means Rimuru Tempest, that's how many reincarnation of the slime. And then basically, boom. I can actually turn myself into a slime. And I can get Great Sage. Okay, now this is just BS. And I love it. So, basically, that kind of goes away. I'm literally just picking up the dagger. I'm like, okay. This is pretty light. I mean, my strength is basically at demigod's level, especially my reflexes. And as before anything even happened, all of a sudden, I just turn around so quickly, put basically the hand that was about to grab me up against a wall, and I have the basically dagger right at the neck, and I see it's Mari. I'm like, Jesus, kid, don't do that. As I literally let go, I'm like, seriously, my senses are to the max already. I could have killed you. Ah, man, for basically a boy, you really aren't using your brain. Which Mari's like, wait, you can tell? He's like, duh. Listen, just be wary of people that basically are on high alert. They have an itchy, reflex. Based on thinking stuff, good thing all my senses are to the max. And basically, even though his footsteps are silent, I can still hear them. So I'm like, basically just kind of throwing the dagger up in the air. I'm like, anyways, here. Tell Momonga I say, thanks for the little, let me expect the armory. I already know what type of weapons I'm going to use, as I kind of see some bows and arrows, daggers, throwing knives, basically a sword, even a katana, and I'm like, oh yeah, I already know. And I already know what type of set of armor I'm going to want. As Mari's saying, I'm sorry, I can't, as I basically all of a sudden just disappear with a blue streak. Basically, all of a sudden Mari goes, on to the message, like, Lord Momonga, he was in the armory. Basically, he's like, did he take anything? Momonga says, and he goes, no, he didn't. He just says, thank you for letting him check out the armory. He already knows what type of weapons he's going to use. Which, basically, he's like, he didn't take nothing? He's thinking to himself, try to track him. Keep an eye on him. Basically, Mari goes, right. So, yeah. Basically, it takes a bit for me to get out. I'm basically somersaulting through stuff, spin dashing, basically running basically as fast as I can through the narrow places, even dodging some skeletons, punching my way through them, doing a sonic boom right through them. Heck, I'm actually able to go as fast as I can, which is pretty fast in the narrow way, but I'm able to go through everything. I'm nearly getting to the top floor, which basically, Ian/Momonga is watching with Albedo, basically Kakaitis, Shautier, Sevis, Mari, Aurora. Basically, yeah. So, Albedo's like, how is he able to do this? He's dodged multiple traps. He's basically gone through our skeletons that should have been better because he had, better than him since they had some magical items, even magic, and he's non-stop, running. Basically, based on Jericho, I don't know, what he is or how he's able to do this, but he's able to. If you guys don't realize, basically everything for a human capability, yeah, I only went through quite some, but it's like basically agility, reflex, strength, speed, endurance, durability, stamina. A lot of it, basically, is like max stamina. But then plus Sonic's basically all those abilities and even given like stamina upgrades to it too. Yeah, I have a lot of it done. So, basically though, yeah, Miss Demigod just says, Kakaitis, what do you think of him? He goes, he is not a warrior, but I sense something's off with this human. Basically, even Sevis just says, yes, it seems there's more to him than meets the eye. And, from what the information you have told me, he's not here willingly, so I do not see the point of, making him have to go through all of this, which I bet goes like, he got here in the tomb of Nazareth. We must find out how he did it, so we can prevent it. Basically, Momonga says, yes, but he's also going to meet, I call them battle maids, but, I'm just saying the battle mates because they're always ready to fight and such. But, basically, something with, starts with P. But, like I said, battle mates. As I arrive on, basically, the floor nearest to the top, like, I'm almost there, and I just see them, I'm like, oh, come on. Really? The battle maids? I'm sorry, it's no offense. It's just there's a slime here, as I point to the one that's a slime, which is the blonde woman with, basically blue eyes that look dull and bow. She's like, how did you? Then we have one person that hates humans and think they're nothing but basically rodents or bugs that should be squashed, which is normal Gamma. Then we have basically the one with the glasses, like, you also hate humans, and you have like weird, almost grenade. Actually, I don't even know what they are, but they have spikes on it. They're like grenades almost. Which is just Alpha. Yuri Alpha. Then we have a robot and basically some, I guess, wolf. There's one of you as a wolf or something, I don't know. And don't get me started with the bug. As I point to the one that, basically it's just the bug that has the white face mask on. I think it's the Entama or Solution. No, Itama. Yeah, it's Itama. Itama or Oriole. It's one of those two. Probably Oriole or Itama. Which she goes, how did you? I'm like, yeah. Voice modulator with a bug. That basically gains the voice of someone else after the person's death. Eat the vocal cords. Look, I don't have time for you guys. I want to get out of here. I want to find the nearest town. I want to basically buy some equipment and get the heck out of here. Oh, and get the heck out of there and actually get some money. In which basically normal Gamma is like, well, I don't think that's gonna happen for an insect like you. And Beta Lupercaria. Wait, oh my god, her name. Lupercina? Oh my god. I'm having trouble saying the name. But, Lupercina Beta is just kind of nodding. She goes, sorry about that. It looks like you really are going to die. And then the solution is just like, yes. And I basically can't wait to basically... I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm kind of seeing the one that's the robot with the guns. I'm like, hey, you, want the guns. See something, whatever. Are those any magical weapons? Magical guns? She goes, no. Why? He was like, oh. Well, that sucks. As I'm thinking to myself, I do have chaos energy. I didn't say how long I can use them. Okay. If I can focus enough. Work on the fly, yeah. Okay. So, I'm like, are you guys gonna all try to fight me at once? Or send out, skeletons with weapons, or, or all together. Basically, Alpha, it's like, no, we're gonna see how you are with basically these. As she just claps her hands as multiple actual knights, not knights, but, skeletons appear with swords. I'm like, seriously? I've outrun most of these already, and I smashed right through them. She was like, they're not gonna be that quick as always, and I just blitz all of them, even grab my weapon, they seen slash marks, basically, and I just stopped and just go back to where I was, holding the sword in my hand. I'm like, and I didn't even know how to even use a sword. I'm still basically fighting, which they're like, basically, one of them's thinking probably, Beta is actually thinking, strange. He doesn't seem like he had this power. He looks like a normal human. Gamma's just, Norbro's basically saying, how can an insect like him, as well as someone just thinking to themselves, like, how? How does he have power? And I'm like, listen, can you guys just let me pass? And then all of a sudden I hear 2 gunshots, and I'm basically somehow in some way from the Sonic movie, everything's moving in slow motion. I just see the bullets. I literally just move them to the side. You know, they go flying past. And I'm like, seriously? Robot? She's like, how? I'm like, I moved too fast for you? She goes, no human can do that. I'm like, I really am tired. I want to get some gear. I want to even get some, basically an animal, try to get some money from it. So, yeah. I then just kind of throw the sword at them. One just like catches it, and it's like, it's Alpha. She's like, what was that supposed to do? Like, I don't know. As then all of a sudden, I would say for some reason like the atmosphere would change and energy going around me, and everyone in the throne room was seeing this. They're all thinking, what the? As I literally would think of every single bad memory I have, and I yell out, Chaos Blast! As basically I move my hands, both of them up in the air into X form, and then slam them both to the side, basically, making a big giant Chaos Blast, which does cause damage to the floor, and even destroy where the roof. I was mostly standing upwards. Basically, there's like a huge giant red light show going up, beam going, as when it actually settles, I'm kind of huffing a bit. I'm like, okay, that, I need to work on that. As I do see debris falling, as I see all of the battle maids, hitting the wall, one of them was looking up. I'm like, love to stick around and chat, but gotta juice. Literally just jump up into the air and basically jump from each platform, even run up one, jump off of it, gets onto another platform, upwards, run up and just jumping forward onto another one, backflip, ran up, hits one, slide, but then jump onto another one, basically just going up constantly fast, which everyone who's basically seeing it is just like, how? Moment. As when I get to the top, I literally just launch myself out of the actual Tomb of Nazarick, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to land? Basically. Like, I didn't think this through a moment. So, yeah. So, everyone was called back. Basically, the battle maids were called back, and he waited for them, so when they arrived, he's like, damage report. Basically, Alpha will say, besides the roof, basically, and the floor being damaged around the area, we are fine, but everything can be repaired. Which, basically, he was saying, then he basically would look at all the floor guardians, he'd be like, what did you think of him? Basically, Abel was like, he ain't normal. Basically, even Charlotte would nod. And, Demir would be like, yes, a normal human being couldn't even do that. Whoever he is, we must find him out. Kakaitis basically says, yes. Even though, as I already said, he is not a warrior, he's a danger. Not Sebastian, but Sebas is like, thinking to himself, quite strange. He seems he was only wanting to leave and we were in his way. But I understand why everyone's like this. Who is he? What will he do now? So basically Mongo says, did he say anything to you? Basically. To the battle maids? And basically one of them says, yes sir. He only said he wanted to leave and basically get to the nearest town and to get some equipment. Which he goes, we do not know this area well. He may have an advantage if we don't, since he knows more than us. He knew basically Albedo and Shaltir. Basically, even Demir and Aurora's name. And Mari. Did he goes, he knew basically my gender. Most people would get confused, right? Which basically Momongo would nod. Which I think everyone's kind of a little bit surprised. The ones who don't know, basically, Harry knew Aurora's basically. I already said about Aurora being a girl. So wait, give me a minute. Alright, so basically, more than I know of them. I know more than them. So yeah, basically we go to me, basically just landing by literally hitting the ground, tuck and rolling, but failed. And like, okay, more durable, so that's good. No broken bones. I think. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Now, where do I go? I basically look at the map. I'm like, world map. As I do kind of get already the location of where I am and how far a town is from. And I'm like, okay, Con Village is in that direction. Same way as Irantel. Yeah, Irantel. I can probably become a part of the guild there. Maybe I can actually go to the forest and actually fight. I don't have a weapon though. My bare hands will do. Well, gotta run. I don't want them basically to catch me. I'll figure out as long as I go. As I said, just literally going in the direction of Con Village. So, I would say when I'm basically getting near Con Village, I go in the direction of the forest. And, well, I kind of just, take a little bit of a breather. I'm like, okay. Alright, so, if you don't know if you're going to understand the language, but, I mean, for me able to understand Albedo and everyone else here, maybe I'm already in tune to it. Which, based on the goddess, chimes in and she goes, oh, quite smart. Picking it up as you go, huh? And I'm like, hello there, you useless goddess. She goes, mean? I'm not that useless. I've helped you out so far, haven't I? My little mortal. And I'm like, okay, never say that again. And two, but I only give him information, but still, I'm just gonna give you a name. She goes, but I already have one. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember it, and I don't feel like trying to remember it. So from now on, your name is Luna. She goes, Luna? Isn't it? Yeah, I know, a character from a series that I watched before. Dual Fit. So she kind of says it a few times to herself, and then she has a small, basically smile. She goes, alright then, for you it's Luna. So, what you going to do? He was like, first off, I'm gonna need to basically kill an animal and basically take it back to Con Village to see if I can get any gold for any sort of cash. The money that I guess you gave me is only enough probably for a meal and a night. But I'm going to need a lot more to basically get equipment and to become an adventurer. She goes, oh, adventurer, huh? He's like, yeah, there's plenty of things I'm going to do. Especially since I'm here in basically the world of Overlord. I'm gonna get some, let's just say, a little bit of messing around with a certain princess. She goes, oh, oh, you really don't like her, huh? Yeah. Renair's really not my, favorite character, you can say. I basically kind of made a plan already if I ever met her. She goes, oh, what is it? He was like, where's the fun in telling you when you can just watch? She basically, I don't hear her for a few minutes, and then she goes, I cannot wait to see. Please, give me as much entertainment as you can. And you should probably upgrade. You're quite weak. She's like, Also, you basically got every upgrade you can for, basically, in the human category for a physical body. He's like, yeah. So, are you not going to unlock the final one? The final upgrade called, well, I mean, there was demigod strength, reflexes, heightened reflexes, or basically, well, the god's reflex, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. It's like, let me guess, they all combined into one called Ultimate Being. She goes, no, just look. As I just see perfect human. Wait. And I kind of go for, I even see wisdom, intelligence, basically. Like, did I just become basically that one character that whatever. Yeah, I technically need this. How much? It's a free one? Just yes, a free one. After you unlocked everything, this one that connects to all of them will appear. Since you basically categorized it, you basically now have a certain basically way where they all combine to one to be more efficient. You may have to look at basically what it'll do, description of it. As I just kind of look at it, and then there's some description appears. Basically, perfect human. All basically you have gained will basically be combined in one being. You do not need to worry about basically anything. You'll be able to outsmart, outthink, basically be a genius without even trying. And most of all, you basically really be able to keep yourself in check of every situation you ever will be in a world that may want to kill you. Because you are the perfect human. Or basically, the perfect being. And I'm like, there's nothing perfect. But human sounds better than being. It just makes you like, sounds like an entity. She goes, alright then. And then it says perfect human. And I'm like, So I basically unlock it, and I can feel a little bit more difference, and I'm like, huh. And I'm going to become emotionless. She goes, no, that's the one thing you're going to keep still. I'm like, I better keep my personality, because I do not want to become, never mind. So everything was unlocked for Sonic, and, there's nothing basically there, because like, some skill traits or skill trees don't have them. Only unique ones. The human one, the human basically part is the only one that basically will have one. It's like that basically will show up right away. She goes, yes. And besides, there's a lot of stuff that you know. I couldn't give you everything basically exactly the same way. It's like, alright. I'm gonna need a weapon. I don't want to unlock Gilgamesh's skill tree. I mean, if I get the Gates of Babylon, I'll have to get everything else, will I? She goes, no, not yet. But I recommend you basically choosing something. I basically just think of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And like, Great Sage will be useful. A lot of Reamer skills will be better. Luna. She goes, yes. If I choose to become a slime, because that's how I would get Great Sage. Because it literally says, become a slime, gain Great Sage. She goes, oh, you wonder how it works. He goes, yeah. You'll be able to transform to a slime. He's like, and I'm like, basically, huh? No, like, I'll turn into a slime right away and that's permanent. She goes, oh, no. No. You'll keep your form. Your body will become become a slime. We'll see basically what it says. Slime body. Become a slime, but stay in human form and basically you have to think of becoming a slime. Great Sage will be added right away. Huh. That's very useful. I totally get it. I become a slime. I get Great Sage. And automatically I get everything that basically Rimuru has when he died. The resistance, basically heat fluctuations, you know. All that I have. Yeah, painful notifications, stab, nullification. Basically, nerve resistance, PA resistance, thermal fluctuation resistance, electric current resistance, paralyzed resistance, and then like the unique skill, Predator. And I'm like, Grey Sage. Basically goes, yes. Since I'm in my human form, but I still have a slime stomach. He goes, yes, you have never inventory space. I'm like, sweet. Could this one basically also, if I want to basically use Predator to devour something, could it also basically skin the meat, skin the fur off of something, and, store the body parts that basically would be useful for crafting and such? She goes, yes, why? He's like, well, I need to try and make money, so understand. Basically, if you're looking for an animal, there should be one nearby, but there seems to be company coming. I'm like, goblins. I already know it's goblins. As when I basically turn, I see some little creatures coming towards me with weapons as it just appears, like, I want to say like 2 feet away. It's like, human, what are you doing here in our territory? He's like, I'm new here. I don't know the area, got lost. I'm hunting. He's like, basically this one goblin that's basically the leader is like, I see. What are you hunting? I go, anything I can basically take to basically the nearest village to get some coins. Preferably gold or basically silver coins. Which one of them's like, I don't trust him. The other one says, but can we really leave him here? If he does no weapon, which basically the leader's looking at me. It's like, well, I do know something you can basically hunt. I've been having problems with it for a while. I'm like, wait, seriously? He goes, yes, come here. As I literally go over, was like, so what you guys been having a problem with? A deer. It's strange. We haven't seen it at all. If you defeat it, I'll let you basically go to the village, and I personally will basically show you the way. He's like, seriously? He's like, yes. You don't have a weapon, so here. As it's a dagger. I'm like, will you need this? I'm like, basically the goblin's like, plenty more. I'm like, alright. So, I followed the goblin. I basically started a conversation. This deer's been giving them quite a run for their money because it's constantly, as soon as basically it hears the most slightest twitch, it would attack. Doesn't matter what it was, even if it just like leaf. So, they've been causing a lot of ruckus, and they've been trying to basically kill it or capture it, but nothing seems to work. So, we do get into a clearing where we see this deer that has basically, I would not say golden or gray or white. No, probably not white. Probably a grayish blue color. And then the antlers are basically black with white petals on it. Obviously they're branching out in different directions. And I'm like, okay, Grey Sage, do you know this beast? She goes, I do not know of it, or the name, but I do know where it comes from. He's like, really? He goes like, yes, it comes beyond the mountains. I'm like, I see, so another part of the country. She goes, yes. They only basically have been here seen in 200 years because of the constant hunting them. They basically stopped coming here in the migrating season because of this reason. It's like, huh. Well, do you think I'll be able to take it down? Because with your speed and how basically quick you're going to be, plus the strength and your agility, my calculations basically have confirmed that you would be. I would recommend it, though, taking it out in one shot. I'm like, well, here goes nothing. So I literally look at the goblin, I'm like, alright, I'll take care of it. Just don't blink. Which she's like, huh? What do you... As in all of a sudden, they just see the deer looking towards them, and then put up on the ground. I'm like, nice knife. Well, I mean, not knife, dagger. Too bad I have no materials, I'm thinking. I could have basically tried to copy it. Whatever. As I'm literally going over to the goblin, I'm like, here. I don't have no cloth, basically, to wipe off the blood. Which the goblin says, no, keep it. As I said, I got plenty of it. And here. Basically gives me the holder for it, along with basically a rag as I wipe off the blood. It's like, now then, what should I do with this? Alright, Grey Sage. Let's see if it'll work. Which says, Roger. Basically, I think to myself, Predator! As in all of a sudden, it gets eaten. Which all the goblins are actually kind of shocked. As basically, I hear Grey Sage skinning. Basically, with skinning, count out basically the meat. Basically, keeping parts that will be useful for actual, trading and such, and basically along with the meat, the pelt, the horns. So yeah, it's just like skinning and how should I say, well, working on the base of the deer has been completed. I'm like, thanks, Grey Sage. Which then I look back as the goblin says, What are you? And I just have a grin. He goes like, oh, me? I'm just a slime. And then all of a sudden I turn into a slime right in front of their eyes. And I basically like, what? And I'm basically just saying, well, I gotta move. As I just start, literally leaving them. Basically, he's like, wait a minute. Basically, the guy who basically wanted me to basically kill this deer says, I gave him my word. I'll help you get to Con Village. I'm like, sure? As I basically come back to normal. And it's it's alright if you don't want to. He's like, no, I'm fine. It's just quite surprising. I didn't know you were a slime. He's like, body of a slime, you could say. He's just like, whatever, human. I guess, I don't know what the heck you are no more. Just, human's fine. So, yeah, he basically leads me near Con Village and he goes back his way. I go over. And I sell, basically, the meats to a merchant in Con Village. And I got basically quite a good amount. I basically got some silver coins, about 30 plus at least 10 gold coins. As I literally put all that money into my left ring that holds the basically wallet symbol. I basically would see, okay, so I had about 5,000 coins. Add to the amount, I have only about 8,000. Alright, and I was able to get some information. I mean, that was a good couple coins, but Alright. So, basically they tell me about basically to go to Irentel? Yeah, Irentel basically. I have to go in, let's just say, no. I'm trying to remember on the map. South? Or basically, it's in one, I'll just say it's probably southeast. And I'm like, alright, let's see. And I basically check it out, and I'm looking in that direction already. I'm like, right, here we go. As I basically run off. Which, doesn't take that long, but I can't go through without no papers, and I don't want to deal with no guards, so yeah, I got there during the night and I jump over the wall. Basically, or should I say, ran over the wall. They did not. There was no one there. They only saw a little bit of a dust cloud, so they thought it was just the wind. And I literally would just run till I find a place that's abandoned. And I'm like, okay, I haven't run in a lot today. I killed something and I need some sleep. And I'm not okay with killing. I have to get used to it though. It's gonna have to be a pain, but hopefully I won't have no nightmares or something. So I literally would kind of fall asleep in this abandoned building, just lean against a wall, as then all of a sudden someone would appear. As she goes, "You already entertained me a lot today. Good job." As basically she goes, "As a gift, I would give you this." As she then gets a pillow out of nowhere and a blanket, and then she puts the pillow down, puts my head on the pillow, puts a blanket over, and then before she leaves, she goes, "It's gonna be cold. I know that blanket is probably not the best. Hmm." And I would say she just snaps her fingers and she has pajamas on, and she goes, "Well, let's make it a little more comfy at least for now." So she adds a couple of things around that make it like comfy, like a mattress and such, and yeah, basically more basically blankets, and gets underneath one of them at least. And she goes, basically, "Night. I have some stuff I need to talk to you anyways in the morning. So spend the night. Hope you don't mind." As then she just pats my head, and she falls asleep. I'm already tired. So I'm already sleeping. Hope you guys like this what if. I may make more of it. I don't know for sure. But yeah. I'm making Glitch What If Izuku wasn't, sort of. I know it's not the title, but it's the only way I can remember is What If Izuku was an Afton. When he becomes Burn Trap and all this, and Glitch Trap. So yeah. But everyone have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.